Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So in this video, it is basically a follow-up to statement I made in the previous video. So let's revisit that statement again. Shouts out to KKAK Drip to Wealth. I respect anyone with a long-term vision in DeFi projects. However, the trend is not your friend. Blue chips equal long-term. DeFi is hit it and quit it. A DeFi plan until proven otherwise. Eventually a protocol will prove me wrong. Which one? And that to me represents specifically what we're looking to find out about Dripx. So the longest many of us saw a protocol last was Drip. Now, longevity of a protocol is one thing, meaning it's still there. And that's not saying much, because once you write a contract, put it on the blockchain, it is literally forever there. Forever and ever, amen, stone tablets from Moses. But what we're really looking for when we say long term is we mean that it continues to pay out and minimal people get wrecked, they didn't get exploited, things of that nature. So this was some discussions from the community about Dripx, and he made this statement, and then in my previous video I mentioned this as the lessons learned. I wasn't in Titan X and trying to educate myself on how this system works. And now looking at it again through the lens of the hit it and quit it, but also having that little bit of wishful hopium in long-term thesis kind of ideology, I have modified this to represent KK's hit it and quit it plan. So here is my revised Dripx hit it and quit it. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but I'll try to break it down from you. So this right here is the same as the other one. Second. So throwing these up side by side so you can get a better understanding. So the current way that is circulating within the ecosystem, and we still haven't, as of this video, hit the 8-day payout yet, and maybe new strategies will come out once that hits and people see how things move and the team changes the burn amounts, all this other stuff could change. So tentatively, this is all based off of what I'm hearing from OGs from Titan X, what I'm looking at with the contracts, and making a slight modification. So before, you would basically buy a miner with your BNB, and then of that 67% it gets sent to their buy and burn pool, which currently has over 3 million Dripx, 3 million BNB in that contract. We're gonna look at that later. And then 27% goes to the BNB payouts for people that are staking 8-day, 28-day, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so from you, once you went in, this was like entry point 1. Then you would get that Dripx, those tokens. Now, those tokens, people are looking at the dashboard divs here saying like, Dave Chappelle, I'm rich, bitch, but they're not because we know you won't be able to sell all that, because for the liquid tokens, the liquidity for that is shallow. And again, that's by design. So you may be able to sell some of this when your miner matures and you have those liquid Dripx tokens that you're available to do. So you still will come here and claim them. That is literally the second step. After you have it here, they become unlocked and you claim all those tokens. Now you're sitting with those tokens in your wallet. So the question is, what do you do? Well, in this infograph, you stake those, meaning you take those claimable tokens and you come over here to stake, and then you create a stake. And this is what I'm still trying to figure out. And I've saw some stuff from Srayo X, I think his name is, and a couple other people talking about that there's like a cap at 2,888 versus the 3,500 and how the math works out. I don't have all the details on that, so I'm not going to go in there. Basically, staking longer pays more, and that allows you to get hit with more of these payout cycles. So remember, your basic amount of money you get is coming from these cycles that are built into the contract. So the more stakes that you have that get triggered on these different days, then the more you're taking in BNB rewards. So that's why the theory, I don't know this yet, but the theory from some of the OGs in Titan X is to stake longer, because you're going to get a bonus on that, and you're going to be hitting all of those different payout cycles, the 8-day multiple times, the 28-day multiple times, blah, 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 blah. And then from the infograph, you get those BNB payouts, you take X% as a profit, you take the other percent of BNB and you buy a miner and you keep the cycle going. Now, here is my version. So as I said, this is exactly the same. So you get a miner, claim those Dripx tokens. Now where I went off, that's what these red is for, is reference again, the drip to wealth, hit it and quit it strategy. Because what I learned the hard way is forgetting to pay yourself or taking profits. Taking profits, taking money off the table is the surefire way to not get caught with your pants down when inevitably the bull run stops or liquidity starts to get drained or whatever. Black swan events go all the way back to, again, the collapse of Terra Luna. It doesn't matter. If you stop chasing the dashboard divs and continue to pay yourself, taking X% off the table as things go up and DCAing down or whatever your strategy is, then you're never going to get stuck holding the bag. So for me, at this stage here, when I claim my Dripx, my plan is to put some in my wallet. Now, when you go there, there are 4 different plays in your wallet that you can do with that Dripx. Now, you can hodl it and wait to sell into, albeit again, a shallow pool of liquidity. It should be more as things mature within the contract, but you might be able to sell a little bit and get some profits out and take some off the table. So you're holding Dripx and gonna sell a little bit into those pumps on the candles, kind of like any other meme token. You know, sell the pumps and you hodl on, or you accumulate on the dumps or whatever the case may be. You could also take that the Dripx and exchange it into wrap drip and hodl that, because in wrap drip, this is technically where the larger liquidity pool is right now, albeit it's tied with where is it, on Pulse, Arbitrum, and BSC. So you'll have a couple more opportunities when you're sitting on wrap drip to move into different areas more quickly. I'm not gonna show you all of the pools and stuff like that right now, but just know that you have more versatility with wrap drip. With Dripx, you can only go into wrap drip or BNB. That's it on PancakeSwap. Or you can take that Dripx and go into wrap drip and then go into the B3 pools and add liquidity with BNB, or you can take that wrap drip and pair it with Dripx and get into the V3 pools. So by doing this, now you're not taking it off the table in regards to completely all the way back out in the fiat. That's in another step, but you've taken some of that Dripx out of those dashboard divs and you started to do other things with it, albeit still in the ecosystem. But now here you're a liquidity provider and you have access to it, and there's no taxes here. There's definitely impermanent loss. Here, it's the one-to-one exchange with drip, and you're just waiting for pumps to sell. So you're just holding it liquid. So there's opportunities there, but you're still going to be staking some of it. So I didn't say what percentage of this is. I'm just saying, to me, this is part of that hit it and quit it strategy, realizing that it's not going to last forever. This merry-go-round, if you get stuck here, you will inevitably be left holding the bag from what we've seen in previous cycles. Now, could Hustleman Matt and Eric have broke the code and they create something sustainable and it runs 3,500 days? I do not know. Can't see the future. Not Nostradamus. I have no clue. But as, again, KK mentioned, the trend is your friend. Or in this case, it's not your friend, but if you think about it as in it's been telling you what to do this whole time, it is your friend. We just haven't listened to it. So listen to the trend and realize that what goes up must come down, and you don't want to get stuck holding the bag. So don't get locked into this merry-go-round. So pull some off the table, stake some, of course, because you want to grow your bag. Of course, we're all here as degens trying to get rich overnight in this new magic internet money. So once you're staking, you will then be eligible for those payouts. Now that is the nature of the system. That's how this was designed. This is not going to get you, I can't really say for sure. I don't know which one's gonna get you the most gains. It's still undecided yet. So it will be interesting to see how this shapes up in the future. But the way that they designed it tokenomic wise, the bulk of all the liquidity is going over here. So when you're looking at all the BNB coming in, close to 70% is going in this direction. Now that doesn't mean you can't get lucky and get some divs out of here with that other just under 30% on this side. So definitely looking at the tokenomics mathematically, you want to have exposure here, and you're getting paid out in BNB at, again, albeit probably the middle of the BNB price range from all-time highs that we've seen. So BNB is doing really well right now. I think we're close to 400. Am I not mistaken? Yo, that's crazy. BNB just broke $400. So It is 60% of the way to its all-time high. I think all-time high was 670 or something like that. So it is doing really well right now. Bitcoin doing really well. So all these, you accumulating BNB right now, and definitely we've seen the absolute low in this phase of BNB. That low being, what was it, 250, 270, somewhere in there. We could definitely see some retracements for BNB, but if you're getting paid out in it, and most people smarter than me believe BNB will definitely hit $1,000 this run, you accumulating BNB as payouts right now is an awesome strategy that you can utilize. And then from here, those payouts, take that BNB, send it to your crypto wallet, and cash it off the table, man. Pay some bills with it, put it into your SPRITZ finance account, whatever the case may be. So this is the actual taking it to the bank to use in the real world, or again, like SPRITZ and just there. Or you can keep it in BNB here, but I would definitely go into some stables because you want to have a portion of that and not again get stuck on the merry-go-round of something going up if you're all in ETH or BTC or whatever and you didn't collect some of those profits into something stable on the way up, and then you got left holding the bag because you thought we were going to the moon. But then again, with that BNB, go right back into the miners. So this is my new strategy based off of KK's hit it and quit it statement he made. And that's how I'm playing this cycle. Now, I don't know what the percentages this will be. I don't know how much more I will actually put in. Right now, I am testing everything with, again, just about $1,000 worth of, actually it's showing 900 now, but I think when I got in, it was like 850, 840. And I kept some in Drip and some in Dripx, but it was $1,000. So that will be my litmus test to see how this goes. And then from that, I will make different moves accordingly. So that's all I got. And oh, somebody asked me, reference, how much of these dashboard divs do I think we'll collect? I have no idea. Shout out to Moonshot Max. He said he's expecting like 5%. I don't even think it'll be that, to be honest, because again, with this, you are trying to sell the Dripx token into a shallow liquidity pool that doesn't exactly exist in that regard for everybody to get this out. So this is showing over here on Dripx. Actually, let me show you the two buy and burns real quick. Now I'm going to start with V2 because it shows up much easier here. You see the wrap being 1,447. And then you come over here to the buy and burn. Look at that same value, 3,447 here, V2. V1 does not show up correctly. So when we do the same thing on V1, showing 0. Ask Hustleman Matt about that. He says BSC is showing him the same thing. However, we can take this exact address and come look at it with BSC Trace, and you can see the balance. I'm gonna do a search for you guys from scratch so you can see it. Go back here, BSC Trace, paste, enter. See, it says 1 token, and then you see wrapped BNB 5,234. So that is, again, verifiable on the blockchain. Remember I said, don't trust, verify. So we can verify that this dashboard divs that they show here is indeed in these two contracts. Now that's as far as your verification can go until the game plays itself out. Now, I don't believe Hustleman Matt and the team are going to run off with the money in here, but we have to keep that in mind that some black swan event could happen. So right now, we are all just dashboard millionaires, and the bulk of the dividends are in these two contracts that these devs control. And we are waiting for that to be injected into the buy and burn for these payouts. But the value, the money is actually there. Now, when you look at the liquidity for Dripx, the V3 pool, then that actual pair doesn't have that amount, the same amount or that much LP value. So over here on V3, you see that there is 15 wrap BNB, so it's 6,000 wrap BNB. Then there are 24 million Dripx tokens in this V3 pair. So that isn't any liquidity to sell into if you were going to try to cash out and wrap BNB. So that's why it's showing you here 27,000 BNB. available. I'm sorry, 27,000 liquidity. So there's nothing for you to dump into that. So 6,000 as in wrapped BNB, and the other is in Dripx token, which isn't value wise the same, because I'm not gonna go into that. I've done that before, but I really only count the BNB, BUSD, stablecoin, things of that nature. And then we look at the other Dripx, which is Wrap Drip, and this one says 267,000, but let's look at that one as well, which is, where'd that contract? Here we go. Pair. This is on V3 as well. You see the two tokens, Dripx and Wrap Drip. So it's counting the value, the market value of the token to come up with the liquidity. But as I just showed you, there's not any liquidity for that to be sold into. All of that liquidity is in this, the buy and burn. And then Wrap Drip does have liquidity, of course, but that liquidity is spread across multiple other contracts in and of itself. So just Wrap Drip on BSC, it's tied to the 31 million drip tokens. And then there are the Wrap Drip pools with BNB and on Arbitrum and all that stuff, things like 100,000. I don't remember what it is, but the point that I'm getting at is that the way that the tokenomics are engineered is that you have to play the game the way they set it up, which is get paid out via staking, because all of the money is in staking. Only a couple $1,000s is able to be basically dumped from liquid Dripx. So people hodling, even though I showed you on my do hit it and quit it strategy, people hodling like that will not be able to sell much into this because it's just not there. Now, when they start doing the buy and burn and stuff and increasing that, then that could create an opportunity for that. As well as they mentioned, this V1, they plan on rehypothecating. So that's $2 million that they could rehypothecate into other areas of the ecosystem. And that would bring additional buy and burn yield. So there's a lot of opportunity here, and this thing is less than a week old already. So anyway, that is my TLDR on the new hit it and quit it strategy. So let me know what you think, your thoughts down below. And if you're waiting, some people I saw specifically mention that they're waiting for day 8 to see how the chart fares. But right now, $3.3 million, 3.4. That is very solid. Oh, and one other thing, they added this calculator up here. This is pretty dope. You can figure out when Lambo calculator. If you've been around long enough and saw those on the old Time Wonderland sites and stuff like that, and the Dow sites previous cycle, this gets the degens excited about looking at dashboard divs. So you can determine the power level you want to create and how many miners. It tells you what it will cost you at the current price of BNB, and if you do how many days, and it tells you what the value of that will be in terms of Dripx market value, of course. Then you can also look at your stakes if you're going to do that and what you paid out. So if you do, say, the shortest miner and you can only afford the 0.01 BNB, you're only doing one miner, that will get you right now, cost you just under $5, so it's gonna be $4. You will get 698,000 drip at the end of that Dripx. If you were to stake that for the 3,500 days, then you are looking at these payouts roughly, of course. So this is to help you understand how to play the game with some calculators. So take that with a grain of salt, but now you can see why the longer would pay better. So this is something to think about when you go into your stakes. So I haven't done any stakes besides the 28 days just to see how it works. And that was only 44,000 Dripx. All right, this has been long enough again. Hope that provides some value. I'll be definitely covering more of this. I like the mechanics and stuff, and there's a lot to unpack here. I also like the healthy discourse between two communities, and I like the fact that we are at the beginning, like I said, of this bull run. So The potential is here. And one other thing, man, shout out to the team for doing this. Forgot about this. They literally have learned a lot from the previous cycles. They make this super simple share button to put this out on social media, and where better than straight up to Twitter with an image and everything. So that is super smart, because that adds to virality right there. So shout out to them for creating all this stuff, man. This is pretty smart. Well done. All we got to do now is play the game the way it has been laid out and see how it goes. All right, smash that HPO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, daily achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.